Hi, I'm Carrie Blazer. Thank you for clicking on my clip. I have a free ebook linked below, my 6 Divine Feminine Self-Love Strategies. They will help you transform your emotional wounds into personal wisdom. And I take a multidisciplinary approach. There's something there for everyone because what I learned is when something's true, it's true in multiple places. Please like and subscribe and help me distribute my ebook to everyone for free by exploding my channel. Take care. Enjoy the clip. This is where I get into Dr. Gabor Mate. And his quote, I love this quote. When people do not know how to say no to others in order to prioritize their own physiological needs, the body will say no for them in the form of disease such as cancer. Like the way my body said no to me when I got bacterial sepsis when my second child was 5 weeks old and was intubated for 2 weeks in ICU. And now that we know that less than 1% of our diseases come from our genetics, we can understand where cancer comes from. And the American Cancer Institutes do research on where cancer comes from and who gets cancer. It's the people pleasers, the people who don't take care of themselves, the people that put community and family and everyone else before themselves. And who doesn't heal are the people who don't change. Now, when I was, over the past 6 years, I haven't gotten sick. I haven't gotten a virus, a bacteria. I never got COVID, never got the shot, and I was at hot yoga the whole time. Never had cancer. Cancer, viruses, and bacteria all vibrate below 100 hertz. Fear, guilt, and shame all vibrate below 100 hertz. So now that I know how to surf the waves of life, I go into my fear, guilt, and shame, spend a little time there, find the wisdom that I'm looking for, and come back out. But I only learned how to do that when I got my love hierarchy correct. And that's the second teaching in my book. When I learned that self-love, what I mean by self-love is healthy diet, healthy rest, healthy exercise, time to process my emotions, spend time in nature. When I make that my top priority and I fill up my own cup of love, so much so that I have overflow, and then I pour onto others from my overflow and not from inside of my cup, then I maintain my own health. Then it's easy for me to draw healthy boundaries. Then I don't get caught up in problematic relationships. I don't overspend. I'm not overeating and overspending and overgiving and over everything. And then I have nothing left for me. That was my life. I had internalized from my parents' abuse that I'm the problem. I'm the problem. That was a wound running in my subconscious until the last 5-6 years. So I attracted in all kinds of situations where I appeared to be the problem all the time. So lack of friendships, failed marriage, challenges with my kids, because that's what I believed about myself. So that was what I was shown so I could change myself. But that was a lot to accept. But only when I gave myself permission to rest, which I did for the first time at 51 years old, which is when I found the fear of men. And then I went in public the next day, and my older daughter noticed immediately, like, Mom, what's up with you? Why are you so normal? Why are you freaking out? And I told her what happened. And from that day on, I don't have all that anxiety in public. I was like sweating all the time. It was very uncomfortable for me to be in public. When you pour from inside of the cup, and here's an example, let's say I only have one pair of shoes, and then I see someone who doesn't have shoes, and I offer them my shoes. Is that healthy, or is that overgiving? Would you categorize that as my inability to say no to prioritize my own physiological needs? I would, but I encourage you to investigate that for yourself. Where do you overgive and then undergive to yourself? Are you putting community before yourself, your family before yourself, your children before yourself? Or do you carve out your own time? And then if you're putting your children before yourself, how are your children going to learn how to love themselves? Because they do what we do, not what we say we do. If this resonated with you, please consider subscribing for more conversations about psychology, healing, and the divine feminine, and pick up a free copy of my ebook below. Take care.